everybody? How you doing? Good night. Buona notte. I hope everyone's had a great night. You know, I'm a little shot after eating that Whopper. What are you gonna do? Had a lot of fun though. We had a good meal. But anyway, getting back to the main subject at hand here. You know, I just been reflecting a lot, man. I've been reflecting. I've been reflecting a lot on my life, and you see, the thing is, when you have a wonderful marriage, the way I did, I had the perfect marriage, the perfect wife, my best friend, my soulmate, the most amazing mother, my mom, the most amazing mom, the most amazing grandma. That just you have like perfection. That's what you're used to. You're just used to having this amazing support system, this amazing love. Everything is in your corner. Unfortunately, because my wife and my mom passed away, I'm forced now I'm forced to associate with all these different people in the world. We live in a very disgusting world. We live in a terrible world. And you go into it when you meet these new people, you go into it with the best of intentions to be a good guy, to be a good person. But the problem is it's not worth it. It's not worth it because, oh, what a world we live in. We live in a world where people see, the thing is, I don't want to hurt people. Look, I'm not that type of person. Like, I'll give you an example, like in the case of Laura. Let's talk about that. Was I attracted to Laura on a physical level? The answer is no. I wasn't. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to insult her. I'm not trying to be a bad guy. I'm not trying to say I'm Brad Pitt. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying my own preference. Was I attracted to her on a physical, like romantic level? The answer is no. But with that said, with that said, did I think she was a good person? Did I want to be friends? Yes. What's up there, creator? I wanted to be her friend. Her daughter was a couple of years older than my daughter, and my son looked up to her son that was a Marine and knew about like trucks and cars. My son loves trucks and cars now, and he's getting ready to get his license soon. He's 15. It's amazing, right? And I thought it was a good idea for us to be friends. So I said, look, let me just go that route and not hurt her. Like, in other words, I could have just hurt her. I could have just been like, look, you're not my type. That's it. I don't want to talk to you no more. Take care, brush your hair. I could have just, I could have just ended the relationship because I wasn't attracted to her. Looking back, that's probably what I should have did. That's exactly what I should have did. Okay. Now you might say, well, why didn't you do it? I didn't do it because I'm trying to be a good guy. You understand? I don't like hurting people. I don't like to see a person, I said to myself, this woman Laura, she's 53 years old, she has cancer. God bless her husband who passed away from cancer. They were separated. From what she told me, she didn't have a good marriage. He was always very mean to her. Said you were not a good mother. Then when he passed away, she met all these horrible men in her life, like that guy from Mississippi. I'll say it's alleged. She said this guy was a drug addict. I'll say it's alleged. She said he was very abusive to her. Then she met another guy. He was abusive to her. Came into the mother's house, slamming his fist on the table, screaming, it's his house. Now, I didn't lead her on. No, I said I wanted to be friends. No. I said I wanted to be friends. Okay, that's what I said. Listen, my wife passed away this year, guys. I don't know if you know my history, if you're new to my YouTube channel. My wife, Jennifer, passed away after a 10-year battle with cancer. 2 weeks later, my mother, Josephine, passed away. This is like the rocks of our family. I am not in the right state of mind to be in like this, this serious relationship. I really just need a good friend. And I thought she needed a good friend because ultimately her husband passed away as well. I'm vulnerable. What are you talking? Are you nuts? I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. I don't know if you're listening to me. My wife and mother passed away. I don't know if you and my dog, by the way, one of my dogs. I'm vulnerable. Okay, this is obviously someone's got to be new to my channel. who has absolutely no idea what I've been through this year, what my children have been through. All right. And I don't really want to argue with this person, but I should have ended it. You want me to tell you the truth? I should have ended it. I should have ended it. I should have just told her right from the get-go that, look, I'm not interested. Take care, brush your hair. The reason I didn't do that, because I thought there's a possibility that we could have been friends. And listen, my daughter could have been her daughter's friend. They could have got along. My son could have been friends with her son. I thought it was, look, they were local. I thought it was something that could potentially be something that could benefit all of us. We all could use good friends. But this winded up turning into a fatal attraction situation here. I feel like Michael Douglas, she's like Glenn Close. This woman went off the deep end, man. She went off the deep end, calling up government agencies, child protective services. I mean, calling up the police over picking up a cooking knife. Again, I'm not gonna say she's the one who called CPS. Someone did. I'll say it's alleged, but Laura, how are you gonna have a love connection with a person who has malice intent on trying to destroy your family? I mean, I don't understand how you think that there's any possibility that I could ever be with someone like Laura. Let's put aside. Let's even assume I was attracted to her, which I'm not. But let's say I was. Let's say I was attracted to her. You got a woman calling the police. Her daughter's coming in our house. I had $300 worth of food. I had all this food that they were eating, right? And no matter what Laura's going to tell you, she agreed that she wanted to clean the house. This woman is a complete liar. Okay, yes, that's why when I gave her money to buy cleaning supplies, okay, why would she buy? Like, I mean, it's this woman like lies, but it's like, look, why would she buy cleaning supplies for? Right? Why? Because she wanted to clean the house. It's that simple. She wanted to clean the house. Okay. Now the thing is, her daughter comes to our house. Okay, goes upstairs to the one room out of the whole house. The whole house is clean. And you want me to prove to you that the house is clean? You want me to prove it to you? Laura had her daughter sit down on the island right here in the kitchen, and she was eating dinner. She was eating. So if the house was in such terrible shape, do you really believe that she would have allowed her daughter to eat? No. Okay, so her daughter goes up to the one room that's messy, the bathroom, films it without my consent, films a video of my messy bathroom before her mother cleaned it as agreed, and puts it on the internet. This is, see, a person, where was this saying? She wanted to help you, or is she like obsessive at cleaning? I mean, what I assumed was she knew that we were in a difficult position. She knew my wife passed away. She knew my mother passed away. She knew our dog even passed away. And she saw that we were struggling as a family in this particular issue. I mean, okay, we're struggling, of course, with heartbreak. I mean, oh my God, the heartbreak I'm going through and my children are going through is catastrophic. But putting aside the heartbreak, which is unbelievable, we're struggling, in the areas of keeping the house clean. So I think it was, she wanted to do a good thing for us, but she never did it, Laura. She never cleaned the house as promised. Okay? But she never did it, Laura. She's a nice person. She never did it. Laura, how is she a nice person if she didn't do it and has her daughter go upstairs to the bathroom and film a messy bathroom and then take that video and put it on her YouTube channel to humiliate us, Laura? Don't you understand? Her intention was to humiliate us. Humiliate us. Okay, there was no other reason for this to happen. There was absolutely no other reason. Okay, but here's the thing. Let's put aside humiliating us for a second. Laura knows I'm a good father. I think everybody knows I'm a good father. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows I love my kids. Everybody knows I'm standing by their side. I'm making their lives wonderful, the best I possibly can under these very difficult circumstances. Difficult circumstances that you can't even imagine what I'm going through and what my kids are going through, that my wife, Jennifer, my mom, Josephine, passed away. Okay? What's up there, Mr. Fox? I'm doing the best I could do. Okay. Look. I'm not going to argue with you. I told you it was not toilet paper. It was paper towels. And if you keep repeating it, I'm kicking you off the live stream. All right, Car King. I'm not going to argue with you. It was paper towels. Anyway, only know what you tell them. I don't know what that means, but okay. What's up there, King Kong? AMC forever. So let's get back to what I was saying. It's one thing to humiliate someone, which is very bad to do. Like the fact that her daughter filmed my bathroom without my consent, and Laura posted it on her, YouTube channel. It's terrible to humiliate someone. Laura took it to another level. Okay? Laura took it to another level. I do believe she was the one who called CPS. Now, I have to say, to protect myself, I have to say it's alleged. I can't prove it. It's possible it wasn't her. It was possible it was one of the haters. Obviously, someone called. Okay, but the thing is, let's assume it was her. I'll say it's alleged, but just we'll assume. You have a person now who has malice intent here to destroy a family. This is no longer about feelings being hurt. This is no longer about maybe she's upset that I didn't like her romantically or I wasn't physically attracted to her or whatever the case. This is now a person who has a direct intention of destroying a family. I gotta let it go. How can I let it go? She's calling the police, CPS. Again, I'll say it's alleged, but how can I let it go? How can I let it go? Are you old nuts? Take the cross off. Why would I do that for? I'm trying to bring God back into my life with all of the loss that I had. Why should I take the cross off? Most people tell me to embrace God. Are you telling me to turn my back on God? What kind of a stupid comment is that? What's up there, Janice? Laura, she's talking about it on videos. I'm talking to the good Laura now. That's on my live stream. Let me ask you a question. I don't know if you're into psychology, okay? Why is she talking about it on videos? Like she just made a video. She's like, look, I just want to educate you, Rich, on CPS. Like they don't take the children away, right away. They have to open an investigation. Why is she doing that for? It sounds like almost like she has a guilty conscience. It sounds to me like she feels bad, right? That maybe she called. Again, I'll say it's alleged, but she's coming across like she feels bad. What's up there, Janice? I don't leave people alone who try to hurt my family. Okay, who's this person here? I don't know. Is it Danelle Kinsella? It's not Donald. DONAL. Danelle Kinsella 4380. Why am I gonna let someone go or stop talking about someone who has malice intent on hurting my children and my family? Oh no, I never let that go. I never let that go. So I don't know if you know anything about the Apefather. Yeah, don't mess with my family. But anyway. No, she didn't hurt my feelings. This is past, guys. This is past. See, this is why. Look, I can't do the voice right now. Please, Janice. My throat's killing me from doing it. This is not about feelings being hurt. I love it when people break my balls. This is what all of you Mama Lukes out there don't understand. If Laura would not get police involved, okay, if Laura would not get government agencies involved, this is what all you stupid people, you're all stupid, don't understand. I would love all of this to be entertainment. I would love it. I actually made a video today giving Laura credit. I was giving her credit. I said, I hope she builds a YouTube channel to a major, major success. I really do. And I said I would debate her. And I said that, I actually think that what she's doing is great, building a YouTube channel. I think it's wonderful. But when you get CPS involved, when you get government agencies involved, for no reason, when you know I'm a good father and you know my kids are not in danger, and this becomes like a personal vendetta, okay? No, now it's no longer entertainment. How does it hurt my family? It's called intent. It's called intent. Are you retarded? All right, let me ask you a question. Hypothetical situation. What is the purpose, right, of someone calling CPS? Like let's talk about what is the point? The point is that you're assuming that children are in immediate danger, right? That's what this agency is for, right? And you're asking this organization to open up an investigation, okay, to determine if that is a true statement. Okay, so in other words, the intention here by someone doing that, by someone calling a government agency, is what the hopes are, I would think, is to get your children taken away from you. That's like, in other words, they're or harassment, right? Harassment to the highest level, right? So I mean, you're denying this. You're denying this. Look, why can't we all agree on one simple thing? Okay, these agencies should not be abused. Okay, these agencies should not be abused. These agencies should not be abused. Okay, look, I think I got to get rid of this person here because this person is a very annoying person. Okay, you saw my bathroom. Okay, well, how about this one? How about the house that Laura is currently living in? You have three people smoking. Okay, and I'm not talking about a little bit of cigarettes here. I'm talking about Laura's mother. Okay, smokes around 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Okay. Laura smokes, I would assume, very close to that. Okay. Let's go with two to 3 packs a day. Because I saw Laura go through a pack of cigarettes so quick. It reminded me of the movie Easy Money. Okay, with Joe Pesci. I don't know if you ever saw that part where he goes, "Oh, I don't need this cigarette." He put it in his mouth. He goes, and then a minute later, he lit up the cigarette. Okay, so you have three people smoking in a house. She has a young girl living in that house. I think CPS should be called for that reason. You want to know why? Because you're allowing a 14-year-old girl to live in a house with tremendous secondhand smoke. Now, does that mean I'm going to call? I'm not going to call. But I'm just making a point that you're talking about potential danger. So it's not potential danger that this young girl who's 14 years old is living in a house with three people smoking. And again, I want to repeat something to you. We're not saying that they're occasionally smoking. We're not saying they're smoking one, two. You're talking about a grandmother who smokes 4 packs of cigarettes a day. You're talking about a mother. This is all in the same house, by the way. Okay, smokes about 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and then there's another adult probably doing something very comparison and similar, right? So how is that healthy? Can someone explain this to me like I'm a 6-year-old? Now I don't smoke. Okay, I don't smoke at all. Okay, I had a bathroom, by the way, is completely clean now. It was not mold; it was just dirt. The whole bathroom is completely clean. And by the way, the rest of my house was completely cleaned. Okay, so you're gonna compare my house. Let's make a comparison here. You're gonna compare my house that simply had one bathroom. Let's talk about this, right? One bathroom that was a little messy is no longer messy. Okay, and maids are coming on Tuesday to further clean everything. Okay, so you're gonna compare my house to her house, Laura, who's got her mother smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Laura smoking about 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and another adult smoking probably 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes a day. You got a 14-year-old girl living in that house every day of her life, breathing in all that smoke. That's okay with all of you, right? Nobody's got a problem with that, right? Nobody's got a problem with that, right? Let me read some of these comments here. Thank you, Janice. It's a lot of smoke. Listen, all right, if you think that I'm lying, okay, about secondhand smoke, okay, do me a favor, look it up, Okay? Go online and look up the effects. Look up the effects of secondhand smoke. No, but you're not understanding something, Laura. Okay, I'm talking to the Laura online here. You're not understanding what I'm saying to you. I don't think you are. We're not talking about being around a little bit of smoke here. You understand? We're not talking about being around a little bit of smoke. We're talking about her mother is smoking, I want to repeat this to you, 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Laura's smoking about 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes, and there's another adult smoking about 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes every day. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page here or no? Okay. How is that a safe environment for a child who's 14 years old? Just explain it to me. How is that a safe environment? Can someone explain it to me? But again, it wasn't mold. Listen to me. We had someone come down here, Funky Sahota, and check it out. Okay? It was determined it was not mold. So, see, now the problem is you're just going to keep saying this because you are a psychopathic Norman Bates effing lunatic. It wasn't mold. Again, let me repeat to you what was in the bathroom. It was not toilet paper, as you say. It was not shitty toilet paper. It was paper towels. And it was not mold. Okay, you can keep saying it all you want, but here's the thing. You can keep saying it all you want. I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I'm looking right now. I'm not muted. Can everybody hear me? People are saying audio not coming. But anyway, this is why I might have to file a police report against her. Everyone's saying I'm muted. Yeah, I'm not muted. You're just breaking my chops. Because her daughter had no right. Thank you, Back to the Future. I love you, brother. Her daughter had no right to film my bathroom in my house without my consent. How about this? Who agrees to at least that? No one, right? All you guys, all you haters don't agree with that, right? All you haters don't agree. She had no right, her daughter. Now, another thing is that I was very good to her daughter. Like, I don't know, Laura's trying to underplay how good I was to the daughter. Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly how wonderful I was to her daughter. Okay, so many, many times, not once, not twice, not 3 times, like several times, I drove her daughter to her boyfriend's house. That's another subject I don't even really want to talk about. We'll talk about that one a little later. But I don't really think a 14-year-old girl should be alone in a house with an older guy, an older, like he's like 2 or 3 years older. Look, I would never do that with my own daughter, Sophia, but I don't really want to talk about that. Listen, this is her daughter. It's her responsibility. I'm not getting involved. I have opinions, but I'm not going to get involved with that, okay? But now anyway, I would do them the favor. On top of that, I took her out to the Olive Garden for her mother's birthday. We had a wonderful dinner. I took her to Five Below. Yes. Now, I bought her Christmas gifts too. Listen, the mother's trying to make it like I'm cheap. This woman's such a psycho. When we were in Target, I told her to get everything she wanted. I told Laura, I said, get everything you want to get. So that's it. I kept asking her, is this everything that your daughter wants? And she's trying to make it seem like, well, he didn't get that much. Well, then it's your fault, Laura, because I gave her like a blank check. I said, just get your daughter whatever you want. I don't know what she wants, so she picked out, I guess, a certain amount of clothes. She picked out the Roblox card. Okay. Once again, I invited her daughter to my house. We had like $300 worth of food. Okay, and the daughter did eat. She did enjoy herself very, very much. So I feel I was very good to the daughter, and she had no right. This is just my opinion. You want to have difference of opinions? She had no right to go upstairs and to film my bathroom like that. Once again, the only reason why both mother and daughter, I consider them to be like Batman and Robin, and I'll tell you the reason why I consider they're a partner in crime. I'll say it's alleged, but you know why they're partners? Because it's not like the mother corrected her, right? It's not like Laura said, listen, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't film in someone's house without their consent. No. Laura took the video and then uploaded it on her YouTube channel. So this is malice intent. This is malice. The intention here was to humiliate me. The intention here was to humiliate my children. And then, if that's not enough, okay, someone's calling CPS. Again, I'm not going to say it's Laura. We'll say it's alleged. But let's assume it was her. So now it's not just about humiliation. Now it's like you're trying to break apart my family. No, and this is the thing, knowing that my wife passed away, this all happened in 2025. My wife passed away, my mom passed away, my beautiful dog passed away. We had the hardest year of our life, and you're gonna have somebody like that doing all these things that you did. Then she's gonna go around saying, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. No, you're not a good person. There's no abuse in the home. Listen, you know what the problem is with you haters? Look, for some reason, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's jealousy. I have no idea what your problem is with me, but you hate me so much. I'm talking about haters now. You hate me with such a passion that you're hoping and praying for a situation like this. You're hoping and praying to find anything that you could use as a way to hurt me and hurt my family. So that's all this is. Deep down inside, everyone knows I'm a great father. Everyone knows I'm a great father. Okay, but these haters, like when they saw this, oh my God, it was like glory days, for them. This was like the greatest thing that could ever happen to them. So, but truthfully, I'm a great father. Cut the bullshit. Thank you very much. See, Funky Sahota wants to have an argument, okay? And I'm gonna touch on this one time, and then I don't want to discuss it anymore. We had a lot of people in our lives that were our true support system. This is what this moron doesn't want to understand. Okay, first of all, my wife was everything to us. Okay, she battled cancer. We'll start with my wife for 10 years. She fought. She loves us so much. She loves her children. She loves me. She loves everything. Her dog. She loves her whole family. She fought so hard to stay with us. My mother unfortunately passed away because she had a pulmonary embolism. That was 2 weeks after my wife. So right there, you have to understand something. You're talking about the two most important people in our life, the two rocks of our family. Unfortunately, before my wife and my mom passed away, we were very close to Jennifer's mother, Linda. Linda passed away, unfortunately, from acute leukemia. That was back in 2017. Her grandmother, Rose, we were very close to her. She passed away. My grandmother, Anna, very, very close to my beautiful grandmother. She passed away. Okay, my father, Richard, passed away. Okay, in the year 2020 during the coronavirus. Okay, then you have pretty much the entire Lavoie family passed away, which I was very close to. My uncle, my grandpa, my beautiful grandma Lavoie. Okay, so this is what all of you haters are not understanding. Unfortunately, what happened to me is very sad. A lot of my family passed away. We were very close to Jennifer's father. He has dementia. He's unfortunately in a home and he has dementia. Now we'll talk about, okay, what's left over now, right? Jennifer never got along with her brother. And I don't want to get into, look, I do not want to get into a long story. Okay, they never got along. Personally, I think the guy's a piece of garbage. He never even visited his own father in the home. Okay, his mother, when she was passing away from leukemia, this dude went on a vacation. Look, the guy's a piece of trash. I don't want to talk about him. Okay, she has an uncle in Florida. He's another piece of garbage. This guy who basically abandoned his own mother. Okay, this is what this guy did. Okay, like for his mother, who we loved, by the way, to live with Jim and to live with his sister, Linda. Okay, and this dude went off to Florida, completely abandoned his own mother. So then you have a situation like my mother's side of the family. Look, my father warned me about them for years, my great father. May he rest in peace. God bless him, okay? My father never got along with my mother's family. My father was a great man. My father worked, he's a fire dispatcher. He worked in the police dispatching. He was in real estate. My father was a really, really hard worker. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about me, but my father was a true man's man, a hard worker. And, they abused this guy all the time. Nothing was ever good enough, no matter what he ever did. They're always insulting him because the poor guy had cellulitis. They would say insults like, you should chop off your legs, or I don't like the food you're serving me. Look, they didn't get along. My father tried for years to get along with my mother's family. They're impossible, disgusting human beings. So what happened is they didn't get along. We're talking about, now this has nothing to do with me. We're talking about for 45 years, my father and my mother's family did not get along. Unfortunately, that's it. They don't want to be bothered because they didn't like my father. Look, they have no reason to be upset at Michael and Sophia. They have no reason. What did Michael and Sophia do to them? They don't ever call them. They're pieces of human garbage, these people, okay? So that's it. I don't want to discuss it anymore, okay? It's just unfortunate the way my life turned out. I got hit really hard. I got hit hard where my beautiful wife passed away. My mom passed away. I mean, that was like everything to us. My wife and my mother are like everything to us. Okay. And then, like I said, before that, we were so close to Jennifer's beautiful mom, Linda. She passed away from leukemia. And I don't want to keep repeating myself. There was a lot of people we were very close to who passed away. So that's it. You want to keep repeating this over and over and over again, you could do it. But listen, I'm still standing. You know, like the song Elton John, I'm still standing strong for my family and for my kids. And for those reasons, I think I actually deserve a pat on the back. I deserve a pat on the back because I think a lot of people, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of people who went through what I went through, I think about the great president, Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, look him up, by the way. His wife and his mother passed away, just like mine, like, in a relatively close period of time. Well, he went crazy, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, his wife had a baby. He couldn't take care of the baby. He gave up the baby. I think he gave it to his sister. The guy ran off to become a rancher. He went crazy. Teddy Roosevelt went completely nuts. He told everybody, don't mention my wife, don't mention my mom for a period of 2 years, okay? I think, considering I'm doing pretty well, that I'm staying strong for my kids. I'm doing the best I could do. Anyway, um, I could do whatever I want to do because this is my YouTube channel. And if you don't like it, you could just get lost. Yankee Kong. Okay, Yankee Kong, no one is forcing you to be here. Am I pressuring you to be here right now? No, so get the F out of here. It's a, guy's telling me what to do on my YouTube channel. Go start your own YouTube channel. Anyway, um, thank you, Shane. Let it go, buddy. Life is for the living. I hear that I could do whatever I want to do, brother. It's again, listen, we live in a country, this is America. I know, but listen, like you have the right to be here, right? And I have the right to say whatever I want to say. So in other words, you can't tell me to stop my freedom of speech. If you don't, I'm just saying to you, if you don't like what I'm saying, if what I'm saying is personally bothering you, then get the F out of here. That's all I'm saying to you. I can't do Laura's voice. Please, Jad, it hurt my voice. It hurt my voice, please. Stay strong in Jesus. I'm going to say something to you that you're not going to like. I got upset at Jesus. Look, I'm man enough to admit it to you. A lot of people would not be man enough to admit it. I got very angry with Jesus and God. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. And one day, I'm hoping that I have the opportunity when it's my time. I really, look, when my wife passed away, let me just tell you something. My wife has always been a very calm person. I'm not a calm person. My wife has always been someone who respects authority. And, she probably went into the gates of heaven very calm and, just, was very happy to be there. Okay. When I go there, they're going to have to get Michael, they have to get Gabriel. Okay. I'm not going to be effing calm. Okay. And Jesus knows this. And God knows this, which is why they left me on earth. They left me here for a reason. They don't want to deal with me because when it's my time, I'm going to say, Jesus, veni kya. You say, Richie, I don't want to talk to you, Rich. Jesus, let's go. Get over here, Jesus. I'm going to say, we got to talk. Okay. I want to know why my wife and my mother passed away in 2 weeks. And I want an answer. How is that part of the divine plan? We are we are good people. We're a wonderful family. My daughter needs her mother. My son needs her mother. They need their grandmother. Why did this happen? So that's it. Look, I'm a little angry at God. I don't care. I'm admitting the truth to you. I don't care. I'm a little upset. So that's it. I did go on a vacation. I'm not going to be careful of anything. I'm not going to be careful of anything. All right. I am angry at what happened to my family. And I feel I have the right to answers. I want to know why this happened. Okay. I feel robbed. Okay. I feel robbed in my life. Okay. My wife didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. And my mother loved Jesus and loved God. Okay. And I'm not saying to you I don't love God. And I'm not saying to you I don't love Jesus. And I'm not saying to you I don't believe in God. I'm just saying that I'm confused what happened and I would like to get some kind of answer. And you know Apefather is a guy who doesn't stop talking. I'm a gak you don't. Listen, there's a reason they left me on earth. There's a reason they left me here. They don't want to deal with me. But one day one day they're gonna deal with me. That's it. And I'm gonna demand answers. I want to know why this happened. Okay? I want to know why. This was not fair. My wife was too young. She was 46 years old. The children need her. Okay? They need her. So anyway, that's it. Look, I am not evil. You're evil, by the way, Funky Sahota. You're evil. You're talking about yourself because you have absolutely no soul. You have no heart. You have no compassion and no empathy for anybody. You're the evil one. Thank you, Miss Bunny. Look, all I'm saying to you is I'm upset. I feel I have the right to be upset. I feel I have. Listen, why do people even get cancer? Like, why? Could someone explain that to me? Like, isn't God supposed to be all loving? Isn't God supposed to be all forgiving? Okay, why do people get cancer for? Why do people suffer in this world? You know what? Then people say, well, it's all free will. Everything is free will, right? It's not free will to get cancer. People can't control getting cancer. I'm just saying to you that there's a lot of evil people in this world. You want me to tell you the truth? Like that Funky Sahota, for example. There's a lot of evil people in this world, and I see these people are still alive. Okay? I see a lot of disgusting people in this world that are still here on earth. And my beautiful wife, Jennifer, and my beautiful mother, Josephine, were not. They were great people. They were children of God. They never did anything bad in their whole entire lives, okay, except love their family. That's it. They did nothing wrong. Why are they not here anymore? Why are evil people still here? Why is this world filled with evil people? But anyway. It's just the principle, New Orleans Joe. It's not that I'm worried. Look, it's not that I'm worried. It's just that someone who's doing this is has malice intent. They're trying to hurt my family. And then people are telling me, let things go. Can I tell you something about me? And I'm just going to come straight out and say it. Okay, look, I treated Laura wonderful. Wonderful. I don't care what she's going to tell all of you. I don't care what she's going to say to all of you. I treated her wonderful. I treated her family wonderful. Wonderful. I brought cannolis. I brought, lobster tails. You know, I was wonderful to them. You know, I bought her 10 beautiful dinners. I bought gifts for her daughter. I treated her son with such respect, her mother with such respect. Look, there was no reason for her to go this crazy. Okay, there was nothing. I did nothing to deserve this type of treatment. But it just goes to show you, you can't really be a good guy. I should have just broke up with this, I should have ended it right away. I should have told her, Laura, don't take this the wrong way. What? You're not my type. I'm not attracted to you. Get lost. See, look, you want to know something? You know what? You want to know why I love President Trump? Can I tell you? And I don't want to get into politics. You know why I love the guy? Because he's a New Yorker like me. He doesn't take no shit from nobody. And he doesn't care if you like him, and he doesn't care if you don't like him. He gets the job done. Okay, and that's it. And a lot of people don't like him because they feel like, oh, he don't have a heart or he doesn't have sympathy. But that's why he's such a successful man, and that's why he gets the job done all the time. He gets the job done because he puts America first. You understand? And he doesn't care who he hurts. As long as he's protecting America, he's winning for us. He gets the job done. That's why I love that guy. Okay. And that's the way you have to be in life. You want to know the truth? I haven't been that way. I'm not like that. The truth is, I know you're not going to believe this. I actually am a softie, but it's all going to change now. I'm a guy who doesn't like hurting people. Like if you study the Apefather since 2021, you're going to see a guy with a big heart. When I first came on the scene, all these people hate me, all these haters. They forget how I gave out $10,000 of my own money. People would say to me, Apefather, my car broke down. Please help me. And I helped them. Apefather, I haven't eaten in 2 or 3 days. I gave them food, money for food. Apefather, I'm sleeping in my car. I can't get a hotel room. I gave them money. This one guy, Apefather, my house burnt down. My mother passed away. I gave them money. I've always been a good person. God bless Erica Kirk. And God bless Charlie Kirk. That was terrible. That was horrible. He was a wonderful, wonderful man, a wonderful American, a great patriot. And no one should ever go through what Charlie Kirk went through because of a difference of opinion. They're going to assassinate him. It's terrible what happened. It's a disgrace. God bless Erica Kirk. Well, if Jesus loves me so much, I wish that my wife and my mom didn't pass away in 2 weeks. I wish Jesus, I wish Jesus would have. This is another thing. A lot of times people say two things that I find very weird. They'll say if something good happens in their life, thank God. You ever hear people say this? If something, let's say someone has a surgery and the surgery goes well, they say, thank God. God was with me. But then if something doesn't go the way that they wanted to go, they say it's God's will. His will shall be done. So I get very confused by those two because they say it's almost like a contradiction. It's either God does get involved in people's lives or he doesn't. So which one is it? If he doesn't get involved in his life, then it has nothing to do with him. If good things happen to you, it's because of you. If bad things happen to you, it's because of you. So in other words, it has nothing to do with God. Or God is selective, right? God chooses certain people in this world that he wants to help, and the other one, he says, Bafangul. I mean, which one is it? I'm just trying to understand that because you ever notice that people do that? When good things happen in their life, they say, thank God for that. Thank God. But then something bad happens, they say, well, God's will shall be done. I don't know. Doesn't make so much sense to me. Well, I am questioning the divine. I want to know why my wife and my mother passed away. I don't understand it. I need answers. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at God. That's it. It's not that I don't believe in him. It's not that I don't believe in him. I'm just upset. I cannot believe what happened to my family. I can't believe it. Okay, we were great. Do you understand how wonderful my family was? Do you understand that I had everything? Do you understand that my children had everything? We had everything. Okay, now it's all gone. It's gone. Now I'm a single dad. Now I have to raise my children without my wife, who was my everything. She was my everything. Okay, my wife, Jennifer, being alive on this earth, without her, you have no idea the pain. I don't tell you people. You think that I'm doing well. I haven't been myself. I've been going crazy for a whole year. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm trying to find a way to be happy again in my life. That's what I've been trying to do. Okay, relax, Maxie. You just drank water. He's all right. I've been trying a way to find happiness. That's all. And unfortunately, I've been running into a lot of nut jobs. Okay, I've been running into, you're talking about people taking advantage of people who are vulnerable. Look at what happened to me. You know, I had that girl Sarah. I don't know if you know about her, the New Orleans stripper. Look, I know you guys don't think I'm a psychopath, okay? I had this girl come to my live stream. This was like maybe 4 or 5 months, whatever it was, when my wife first passed away. I had no one in my life, no family, no one to support me. This girl decides she wanted to talk to me 4 to 5 hours every day. She wanted to become my best friend. I loved it. I needed help. I was desperate, guys. I was desperate. Next thing you know, she tricks me. She's like, "Look, Rich, I think I'm really falling for you, and I want to become best friends with your kids, and I want to." She lived in New Orleans. I want to come to the Jersey Shore. I just need some money. Blah blah blah. She tricked me. She ended up getting money. Now, see, I used to be the smartest man in the world. When my wife and my mom was alive, I would never give anybody money. I would never do that. But when you're vulnerable and you're shot, people take advantage of you. I think in a way Laura did the same thing. Maybe she didn't do it with money, but she did it for other I can't speak, ulterior motives. Because maybe what Laura wanted was love. Like, here's an example. Laura didn't want money, but Laura wanted me to fall in love with her. Laura wanted me to be devoted to her. That's what she wanted. And I think that when that was not what I was going to do. Laura flipped out. It became fatal attraction. It became fatal attraction. Now I'm Michael Douglas and she's Glenn Close. I'm in this crazy love triangle right now. Thank you so much, everybody. Look, I just want to say thank you, Rudolfo. Look, I just want to say something to all of you. Look, I love God. I respect God, and I believe in God. But I'm a little angry. That's all, okay? I'm sorry. Do you want me to lie to you and tell you I'm a happy camper? Do you want me to say that to you? No, I'm just a little angry. I'm not a little angry. I'm tremendously angry. The regulator, look, you don't know the things that she said to me, the regulator. She did want it. She told me in the beginning of the relationship that she falls in love very easy, the regulator. And she was putting a lot of pressure on me. You don't know the whole truth, the regulator. I wish sometimes that you could just have an open mind, man. I wish that you could just like hear me out as a man and let me talk. But you see, the problem with you, the regulator, is that you hate me so much that you'll never give me a chance to talk. You'll never hear me out. You'll never you want nothing to do with me. Okay, I am telling you, and I have text message proof, which I'm not going to do because this is not worth it. Laura kind of fell in love with me very quickly. And she wanted a relationship, man. She wanted a commitment. Like, I'll tell you the exact words she said. I told Laura from the beginning that I was seeing like a girl, not really seeing her, but I was in contact with a girl, and I don't want to mention who it is, but that there might be feelings there. And she told me, well, if you continue that or if you go see her, you're going to hurt me very much and you're going to be a dick and all this stuff. Look, Laura wanted a relationship. She wanted a relationship. She knows it. I have all the text messages. I'll think about it, okay? I'll think about showing it. Right now, I'm not gonna get to the whole Jen's cousin things. You gotta let that go, man. We have been through it 1,000 times. I'll say it very quickly. Jennifer said if anything ever happened to her, that her cousin could be a great stepmom. That's all it was. I was completely respectful to her cousin. You are all psychos with this. All I said to the cousin was that who knows, 4 or 5 years from now, maybe things might develop, between us because I was not right in my head. This was days when my wife passed away. I was in shock. I was alone. I got so scared. And all I said to her was, I apologized a million times to her. I just said, who knows, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down the line, maybe if you were close enough to the kids, maybe something would develop. Okay, that's it. That's it. I apologized to her 1,000 times. Understand I was not in my right state of mind. You people don't understand that people lose it when they go through what I went through. That's what you guys don't want to understand. I wasn't myself. Why can't anybody understand this? My wife and mom passed away. You think I'm myself? Guys, There are people, let me put it to this way. There are people out there that if they went through what I went through, are you ready? Would either friggin' turn to drugs, okay, or something even worse, which I don't even want to say. Something even worse. Okay, so I think I'm doing pretty good. I do nothing bad. Look, here's the thing. I knew Jennifer's cousin for 27 years. Okay, and this is the godmother. Sophie is her godchild. Okay. Jennifer said to me, if anything ever happens to me, I see my cousin coming in and being a stepmom. Okay, she had a very hard life. I don't want to get into her life. She had a very hard life, Jennifer's cousin. She's been alone her whole life. Okay, Jennifer said, I would entrust her with taking care of our kids. So I remember that stuck in my head. Look, again, my wife passed away. It was a few days later. I was not in my right state of mind. Okay, I took her out to a dinner. We went to Harold's. I took her out to like this $300 dinner. She said to me, Rich, she said, I would like to see the kids. I want to be a part of their life. I want it to be consistent. Everything was fine. I just said to her, hey, you know what? All I said to her was this. Again, did I touch her in any inappropriate way? No. Okay, did I do anything inappropriate? Nothing. It's just words. All I said was, who knows if you see the kids a lot, maybe 4 or 5 years down the road, maybe something might develop. I said might. Okay. Now, looking back on it, it was the wrong thing to say. I was not playing with a 52 deck of cards. My wife and my mother just passed away. I was gone. All right. Can we drop this now? I apologized 50 million times to the girl, but she doesn't want to talk to us anymore. Fine. That's it. I didn't do anything bad. I did nothing wrong. Antonio. Antonio, look, if you knew Jen, you would know that she said that her cousin would have been a great stepmom. And that's the only reason why that happened, because that's what my wife said. And I don't want to argue anymore. Look, you guys can feel whatever you want to feel about me. All that happened, here's all that happened, Antonio. I took her cousin out to a $300 dinner at Harold's. And by the way, I've always treated dinners for her cousin. There was not one single time in a 27-year period she ever paid for anything. I never had a problem with her cousin within 27 years. Ask her the truth. You can even, if you ever have an opportunity to. We never had one argument. We never had one problem. My wife passed away. I lost it. I was not in my right state of mind. I took her out for a dinner. I said, would you like to be a part of the children's life? She said, I want to. I want to see them all the time, blah, 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 once a month, whatever she said. I said, who knows what could happen in a few years? Maybe we might develop. That's all that happened. I did nothing else. I didn't attempt to kiss her. I didn't touch her in any inappropriate way. I did nothing wrong. It was just words. I apologized 50 million times about it. That's it. Again, I was not of my right state of mind. Can we just drop it now? It's over now. That's it. It's finished. It's done. But you're going to keep bringing it up because you guys like to torment me. I love this guy here. See, here's a good person. Finally, we got a good person here. The deal for real. The deal for real. You're the best. The regulator, there's no way you could deal with all this hate. It is hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Guys, I'm admitting the truth to you. When my wife and my mom passed away, here's the truth. I flipped out. Okay, I was not myself. I was not myself. I'm not myself now. I'm going through the hardest time. I'm grieving. You have no idea how hard it is for me. And I made a lot of mistakes. Okay, I did. I made a lot of mistakes. Guys, there's no textbook to teach you how to handle such a tremendous loss that I went through and my children went through. I didn't know what to do. I felt like an orphan. Okay, that's the first thing. I know I'm 48 years old. I know you're all laughing. You're like, there is no 48-year-old. Well, actually, if you watch that movie, The Offer, remember that girl? She was older. But anyway, it's just a little joke. I mean, my father passed away. My mom passed away. My wife passed away. I felt like everything that ever meant anything in my life is now not here anymore. Okay, you have no idea how hard that is. Nobody understands how hard that is. And you will make mistakes. You will make mistakes. Okay, do I regret what happened with Jennifer's cousin? The answer is yes. If I could turn back time, I would have never said that to her. Okay, it was a stupid thing to say. I guess my only justification was I was in shock what happened. I was scared. I was scared that I had no one for the kids. If anything happens to me, who's going to be there for the children? You know, who's going to be there for them? I guess I was just scared. I flipped out. I flipped out. All right. That was wrong. Now, moving forward with Sarah, that was definitely wrong. I got tricked. I got tricked by a girl who seduced me. Oh, I'll make love to you. All this stuff, and sending me all these provocative pictures of herself and promising the world to me. And I winded up giving this girl money because I was tricked. It was a love con. Okay. The whole Megan situation. Look, to be honest with you, Megan, we have ups and downs. That's it. Okay. We're cool. I don't believe that Megan was a love con. Look, I did give Megan some money, but Megan has been really, really good to us. I shouldn't have given her money, though. If you want me to tell you the truth, I shouldn't have given her money, but I did. Again, she was another person talking to me every day. She was another person wonderful to us, but she was going through tough times, and I felt for that too. Money should never be given, never. Okay, I was not in my right state of mind. The thing with this Laura situation, Laura did not take money from me. Laura did not want any money from me. What Laura wanted was love. That's what I believe in my heart. What Laura wanted is love. Laura wanted me to fall in love with her. Laura wanted to have this probably super romance in her life. And you want to know what the truth is? My heart broke for her because I thought she was a wonderful person. I thought she was a wonderful person. I really did. I thought she was a wonderful mom. She was from Brooklyn, and I mean, she's an attractive lady and everything like that, but I didn't feel that like sparks. You know what I mean? It wasn't there for me. Again, I'm not no Brad Pitt. I know everyone's going to yell at me and say, who the F do you think you are? And all. Listen, guys, you could only feel what you feel. You could only feel what you feel. And I didn't feel it for her. Not in that way. So I just wanted it to be a friendship. I think she flipped out. I think what happened was the girl had a complete nervous breakdown, and now I'm in a love triangle. Now I'm dealing with a fatal attraction situation. Now that's what's happening here. Laura's out to get me. In my opinion, Laura's out to get me real good. She's out to get me. This woman is on a rampage. She's very angry, and what are you going to do? It is what it is. That's it. That's what's happening. The deal for real. This is literally a fatal attraction situation here. Look, can I tell you a little secret? Funky Sahota. If Laura would have just left this alone as just entertainment, meaning like, let's say she was just breaking my balls and I'm breaking her chops, I would love it. I love entertainment. I love it. But unfortunately, there's the police getting involved, CPS, government agencies. This is going too far. You understand? This is going too far. And there's nothing I have to just ride it out now. I have to ride it out. Okay? I got to figure out how I'm going to deal with this situation here. Look, Jack, you're gonna. We just went through all of this already, Jack, and you're repeating it. What do you think about Trump? I think he's probably the greatest president in the history of the United States of America. That's how you have to be. You have to be like Trump. He puts America first. Look, Cigar King, I don't know. There's psychopathic people that drive by my house. Who knows? They're all these people are all crazy people. JD Vance is great. Um, I really don't want to get into politics right now, but just say President Trump, J.D. Vance, they're doing amazing. You see, you want to just keep going back in the past. Oh my God. Look, I'll touch on it, Antonio. I'll touch on it, okay? I lost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars at AMC. That day in the bar video, what you're talking about, I was in a major depression back then. And I went to the bar. I drank way too much. I'm admitting it to you. This was years ago. And I said some crazy shit. Okay. But that's all it was. You know how Donald Trump, President Trump says what's called locker room talk? Okay. All I did that day was called locker room talk. That's it. Did I actually approach any girls? The answer is no. Did I attempt to pick up a girl? The answer is no. Did I kiss a girl? No. Did I touch a girl? No. I was sitting there talking like a buffoon into my phone, making a complete, utter asshole out of myself because I was depressed over all the money I lost at AMC. I went home. I apologized to my wife for the next month straight, treated her like a queen, and she was very angry at me. And I admit to you, I was wrong. It was a disgrace to things I said, okay? Saying something like, oh, I want to fool around with young women and all this stuff. Guys, I was drunk. I was drunk. You understand? I had like 10 shots of tequila. I was drinking like crazy. Okay, I was depressed over the fact I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's it. I want to reiterate to all of you, I have never, ever cheated on my wife, Jennifer. Never, never. And the truth is, I didn't do anything. That's it. Guys, it's locker room talk. Okay, have you never had a situation, even men who are married, where you acted like an idiot, you got drunk one night, and maybe you were looking at a girl and say, yo, check out the body of that girl, or check out this. That's all it was. It was a night that I drank too much, okay? I got drunk, and I started talking like a psychopath. Did I do anything? No. Did I cheat on my wife? No. You all know how much I love Jennifer. Stop it. Stop the BS. Stop it. My wife knew. My wife knew how I should show you text messages of Jen when she was in the hospital before. This was a few months before, because she was in the hospital twice. The first time when they found out the cancer spread into her spinal cord tunnel from the brain. That was in November. That's before everything started. That was 2024. And then, things got bad January of 2025. That's when things got bad, where Jennifer unfortunately had to go on a ventilator and a feeding tube. It was very, very sad. I don't even want to think about it, okay? But when she was in the hospital in November, she was sending me all these text messages. I was like, Jennifer, I love you. I was telling her, I don't want to lose you. And she was telling me, you are so powerful, she said. Jennifer said, you are so strong. She goes, that's what I love so much about you. I know you're going to be strong for the kids. And I said, don't talk this way. I said, we're going to fight through this. We're going to fight through this. But my wife kept telling me how much she loves me. She's like, I love you so much. I love you. You're so strong. You're so powerful. I know you're going to keep it. Now, my wife never knew that not only would she pass away, that my mother would pass away. Oh my God, it was a very rough year, the deal for real. Why are people so negative? Good question. Thank you so much, the deal for real. Thank you. Maybe we'll do a little music here. We'll go upstairs. I got to play a little low, though. The kids actually have school. Like, I don't know if I want to play music right now, because then I'll have all these lunatics calling up CPS again. I don't know if I can do music, guys, because these people are psycho. They're gonna call up. They're gonna say the kid's got school. They're gonna say the kid's got school. He's up there playing music at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, you can't win with these people. It's these people, right? These people are just, they're out to get me. Everybody wants to hurt me. It's like, it's terrible. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. And Laura's one of them, man. New Orleans Joe, we knew she loved you. I hate to say the word loved. I like to say love, loves. because I still believe her spirit is with us. I know, I really believe this in my heart. I believe that. You ever see that movie with Patrick Swayze and Debbie Moore, Ghost? Remember, Patrick Swayze said, he says, "You take the love with you. You take the love with you." Jennifer is in paradise. My mother's in paradise. My beautiful dog Chloe, they're in paradise, and she has no more pain. My wife, my mom has no more pain, and see, I do believe this. You see, talking about God now, I believe that yes, there is a heaven. I believe that my mom and Jennifer are there. I believe that I'm truly the one who's really. You want to laugh? People think that when people pass away, I'm going to make you laugh. People think when people pass away that that's the sad thing. In other words, that it's sad that they passed away. It's not sad because they're in paradise now. You understand? My wife has no more pain. My mother has no more pain. My dog is in paradise, has no more pain. I have pain, me. Me, every day I wake up, I have pain. I'm suffering on earth. I'm suffering without my wife and without my mom. So we always feel the people who pass away, we're crying for them. People should cry for the people who stay on earth. That's my opinion. We're the ones suffering on earth. They're not suffering anymore. Thank you, Melinda. She is definitely still with you. I lost my partner in 2021, and I feel him around me every day. I love him. Present tense. Passing away is happy for those that cross that bridge. God bless, by the way. God bless your partner, Melinda. God bless. God bless your partner. And your partner will always be with you, just like my wife is always with me. Thank you, Janine. No one killed my dog. Will you stop talking crazy, please? Look, my dog was with us for a long, long time, Chloe, and we love Chloe so much. We love her. Chloe was a hunter. She was a puggle. That dog always ran out in the backyard, and she was chasing the rabbits. She always found those field mice outside, not in my house, outside. I don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened. I found her. Unfortunately, I don't want to talk about this. It's possible that I think maybe, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Is it possible that she could have maybe ate a mouse? I don't know. I have no idea what happened to that poor dog. All I know is that I saw her every day chasing rabbits. She was a hunter. She was a hunter, the dog. I don't know what happened to the poor dog. I love her. I'm sorry that she passed away. There was nothing I could do for her. Okay. Look, she was with us for a long time. She was with us for over 12 years. Okay. We gave Chloe a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life filled with love. Okay, filled with she was a queen, Chloe. Chloe was a queen. We gave her every comfort, all the love and attention every single day. What's with the mice talk? I'm just saying that outside in the backyard, we have a lot of like rabbits out there. There's mice out there. Chloe was like a hunter, like a hunting dog. She chased all of them. I don't know what happened. I still don't know. Look, guys, I'm trying to get over the loss of my wife here. All I know is this woman from KFC told me it comes in threes. You want to hear what she told me? This woman at KFC. I didn't believe her. I started a scene in KFC. I started screaming at this woman, the manager there. She said to me, she knew my wife passed away and she knew my mom passed away. She said, the old folk tale, she says, it comes in threes. I said, what does that mean? It means it comes in threes, meaning that she was telling me someone else in my family was going to pass away. Now, I started screaming. You don't understand something. I started screaming in KFC. The owner came out. The owner apologized to me. Like, he said, let me buy you dinner. He actually hooked us up. He bought us a beautiful meal. But then my dog Chloe passed away. Now I'm saying maybe she was right. Maybe it does come in threes. Isn't that crazy? My wife passed away all in the same year. My wife passed away. My mom passed away, and my dog Chloe passed away, all in the same year. That's three. Freaking crazy, man. I got my dog cremated, but I don't want to talk about this, guys. I'm going to start crying. Please, because when Chloe passed away, and I got Chloe cremated, and she's here in the house, and it brought back all the memories of my wife. It brought back all the memories of my mom. I can't. I'm going to cry. You're going to make me cry. You happy now? Guys, please. Hardest year of my life. I don't want to talk about this no more. Drop the subject. Let's talk about something else. I'm not showing you the ashes. You're a sick lunatic. All you people are crazy, okay? Stop acting like psychos. It was the most horrible. I don't think it's possible to have a year like that. The year that I had, 2025. It's not possible. It's not possible. How does that happen? How did your wife pass away, who's only 46? How does your mom pass away? How does your dog pass away? How does that happen? I'm meeting all these people in my life, all taking advantage of me, you know? Friggin' Laura just posted another video. I see it popped up on my phone. This woman's on a warpath here. Look, all I wanted with Laura was good intentions. I'm really getting tired of fighting with her. The only reason you might say, why are you getting so like defensive with this girl? I'm getting defensive with her because don't be calling Child Protective Services. I'll say it's alleged, but don't be trying to hurt my family. All right. Look, if she wants to keep things entertaining, you want to keep things entertaining, keep them entertaining. Look, I'm not doing anything to hurt her family. You don't see me calling Child Protective Services. I would never do that, despite the fact she's got 3 people smoking in that house. She's smoking, her mother's smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Laura's smoking about 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes. She's got another person in the house, probably the stepfather, I would assume. He's smoking 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes. The house is condemned in smoke. You got a 14-year-old girl living in there. She gets secondhand smoke. It's terrible. But I'm not going to do that. They're a happy family. I'm not that type of person. I'm not calling any CPS on them. Okay, I don't do that. But to see other people do other things. Kyle, my father died when I was 10 years old. I'm very sorry to hear that. God bless your beautiful, your amazing father. You were so young, Kyle. And your grandfather passed away on your birthday. Life is crazy. Oh my God, you went through a lot too, man. What I said exactly, Funky Sahota, is this. You want to really talk about this, Funky Saholi? This guy loves to hate. Oh my God, does he love to hate this guy? She has a 14-year-old daughter who has a boyfriend who's on the football team. Now, the guy's got to be like 3 years, I think, older than her. Now, here's the thing. I met the guy. He's a nice guy. He's a nice person. I am not trying to say he's a bad person, but I, as a father, I would not be comfortable having my daughter go to an older, man's house, or whatever you want to call him, an older teenager's house, and leaving her there at the age of 14 years old. That's just me. I would not be comfortable doing that. Okay. And granted, Laura says the grandmother is there. I think the aunt is there. But the thing is, are they going upstairs to like a bedroom? Is the door being closed? Look, I'm just saying, listen, I'm not here to say it's her child, it's her daughter. And I'm just saying that I would not be comfortable putting my daughter in that situation. That's it. That's all I'm saying, okay? I don't want to talk about it no more, okay? It's potential nothing will happen bad, and it's potential he's a good kid. I just would not be comfortable putting my daughter in a situation like that at that age. Can we drop it? That's all I said. Okay, well, I wouldn't be comfortable putting my daughter in that situation, Peppy. Listen, I am worried about my daughter, and I just said it's her child. That's her responsibility. Let's drop it, okay? It's not my daughter. This is not my responsibility, okay? I stated my opinion that I just don't think that's a great idea, but it's not my business, okay? This is not my business. This is her daughter. It's her decision. Don't worry about my sister. Oh, this is your sister? The only thing I will say about your sister is that she had no right filming, okay, my bathroom. By the way, I was very good to your sister. She had no right filming my bathroom without my consent. Okay, I understand that you feel there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that. Okay, you're gonna defend her, but your mother took a video that I did not give consent on. Are you ready? And she put it on her YouTube channel to humiliate us, to humiliate my children, and to humiliate me. And that's not a nice thing to do. And honestly, it's an invasion of privacy. I could potentially file, okay, a lawsuit against your mother. Okay, I could if I wanted to. I could very easily do that. Okay, and your mother is attacking us. Someone called CPS on us. Okay, someone called Child Protective. Listen, you think all of this is right? You think all of this is right? Like, I'm not going to say it's your mother who called CPS, but listen to me. It's despicable what your family is doing. It's despicable, okay? And I don't care if you think you're right. Nobody has the right to film someone's private property. Your mother made a federal case. Let me tell you something about your mother. Your mother made a federal case that my daughter wanted to get gum. Listen to this. And I know I don't say this right. Mentos, like I never say it right, okay? She was getting her nails done, Sophia, my daughter, with her mom. Her mother said, Sophia, can you go into my purse? Can you get Mentos for me? Right? So an hour later, my daughter wanted Mentos for herself. She went back into the purse. Your mother started a scene. You have no idea the scene that she started, saying, how dare your daughter go into my purse without my permission, without my consent, and go through my private things. Well, the irony here, which makes your mother a complete hypocrite, is your mother has no problem with your sister, okay, going upstairs in my house, filming my bathroom, okay, without my consent, and then your mother takes that video and puts it on YouTube, and you want to know why I'm angry? Look, I spoke to people, let me tell you something. I spoke to people on my live stream. They told me this. They said if anybody would film something in their house without their consent, they kick their effing asses. That's what they said in their house. Now, I would never do anything like that. And by the way, are you the same sister? Are you the same sister who was calling me on New Year's Eve, disturbing me my whole night, calling me a fat, disgusting slob? Was that you? Calling me from a private number? Now, let me clear something up. They filmed in my bathroom alcohol that was in the first floor. Let me tell you something. I just found out about this not too long ago. I did not put that alcohol there, okay? I could only assume it had to be one of the maids. Listen, I have to assume it. I told you I had maids come into my house, and it's a very strong possibility. I swear, look, guys, I drink the following things. Can I tell you what I drink? I drink Carlo Rossi. I drink wine. Normally, when I go out to eat Italian food, I like Peroni. I drink beer. I don't drink whatever that crazy thing was. I don't drink it. Okay, so that had to be, look, I had somebody watch my house when I went to Florida. I wonder if it was her. I wonder if it was, I'm not going to mention her name, but it's a friend of mine. I'm thinking about who that could have been. It wasn't me. It was not me. But maybe it was a maid or maybe it was someone else. It was not my daughter. Stop it. No, I saw it. It's still there. It's underneath the sink. This is what, your sister filmed, by the way. It was not Sophia. It was not Sophia. Listen, I didn't do it. Anyway, I wonder if this is really her sister. This might be just some internet hater. That's probably all it is. Let me see who this person is. This is an internet hater. Most likely. Who cares anyway? I don't want to argue with these people. Listen to me very carefully. If this is really her sister, here's what I'll say to you. I treated your mother with tremendous respect. Listen to me. I treated your entire family with tremendous respect. When I first met your brother, I complimented him. I said, thank you for your service as a Marine. I was so respectful to your brother, okay? My son loved your brother. We had a wonderful time on Thanksgiving, no problems. I think I treated your sister, and I'm not going to mention her name, very well, okay? I treated your mom very well. I treated your grandmother very well. This all started because your mother made a claim about me that wasn't true. This all started, your mother said that I told her son certain things about her. She said that, I'll tell you, I don't want to embarrass you, but she said that I told her son that she sent me naked pictures of herself. Okay, this is not true. And I still to this day wonder where this information came from. There was this girl I met many, many months before I knew your mom, a girl named Sarah from New Orleans, which this is a girl who tricked me into love con. Your mother knows all about it. When my wife and my mom first passed away, this girl, spoke to me 4 to 5 hours every day. She ended up tricking me into giving her money. She sent naked pictures to me, this girl. I wonder if somehow there was a misunderstanding with your brother. Like, I wonder if he maybe thought that's what I was saying. Maybe he thought I was talking about Sarah and he thought it was his mother. But I could assure you that I never said to your brother, I never said that your mother sent naked pictures of me. I never said it. So right off the bat, look, me and your brother, he had a pact with me. We had a pact. He wanted to know what my intentions were. He goes, what's your intentions, man, with my mom? I told him the truth. I said, my wife passed away, man. My mom passed away. My dog passed away. I'm just not ready for a relationship. I'm looking for a friendship. I said, that's what I want with your mom. All right. So I told him, I said, listen, your mom, I'm not sure if she can handle just being friends with me. It seems like she might be. I told your brother the truth. I said, it seems like she might be falling for me, man. I said, can you talk to her? But you see, I didn't want to hurt your mom. See, this is the funny thing. The reason I got so mad at your brother is because I felt that like maybe he hurt her in some way. I didn't want him to go back saying something like, I'm not attracted to her, or that the flirting was making me uncomfortable, because that was supposed to be a pact between men. Your brother broke that pact. Your brother went to her and said all the things that was supposed to be a private conversation man to man. And this is a Marine. I thought Marines had like this code of honor that they don't do things like that, but apparently he did. He broke a bond, but then he's telling, I don't know, somehow your mother got the impression that I told your brother that she's sending me naked pictures. I swear, okay? I never said that. I never said that. So I think it's a combination of your mother felt that I said very inappropriate things to your brother. She got very angry. Your mother felt I made a video that was directly about her life. It was directly about her husband, your father, and it wasn't. Okay, I'm a YouTuber. Okay, I make videos. I make videos of all different subjects, a lot of general subjects. And a subject that I was talking about, when you lose a spouse, right? When you lose a spouse and you have the perfect marriage, which is what I had with my wife, Jennifer. Okay, you have the soulmate, no fighting, happiness, unconditional love, everything perfect. Now that spouse passes away. Is that a harder loss if you have a spouse where there was domestic violence, where you were divorced, where you were separated? Meaning, like, is it easier? Because I had this music teacher, I'll give you an example, who told me when her husband passed away, she went out, she celebrated. They were divorced. Very similar situation. There was domestic violence. She hated the husband. She was very sad for the children, that the children lost a father, but she hated this guy. So your mother thought that this video I made was specifically about her situation. I don't know if she's even listening to me. They're just saying they laugh at you. Anyway, I don't even know what's happening here. Oh, Jennifer had a lot of backbone. You should have saw it that day when I came home from that bar video. Oh, she was very, very angry at me. That she was very, very angry at me. I apologized to my wife a whole month for that. It was terrible. Like, I was so out of line, guys. I wish that night never happened. I wish I never went to the bar that night. I was such a jerk. I was upset over the money I lost with AMC, and such a jerk. And I went out and I got drunk, and I started saying, I said some crazy shit, man, that night. I regret it. I apologize to my wife a million times over it. You don't want to let it go, don't let it go. My wife forgave me. She forgave me because she's wonderful, and I was blessed having her, okay? Hold on here. The truth is, I like talking, Peppy. I like talking. It's something that takes my mind. I'm under a lot of pain and suffering, guys. You don't realize it. You don't know. Nobody knows, but I'm suffering. I'm suffering without my wife and my mom and my dog, and I'm suffering. And what makes me happy is this right here. Chocolate milk, baby. It's time for a little chocolate milk. Chocolate milk always makes me happy. Did Sarah forgive me? I have no idea what you're asking me. Why would Sarah forgive me? I should be forgiving her. She's the one who tricked me into giving her money. I don't understand what your question is. Having some chocolate milk here. Forget about it. This is the only thing better than Carlo Rossi. Whatever. Who knows if this is even really her sister? This might just be some psychopathic internet hater. Salud, Gentani. I would have did you worse than Sarah. Well, how would you have done me worse? Would you have pretended to I mean, what kind of a crazy thing is that? Would you have been a love con? That's a crazy thing she would say. She would have did me worse than Sarah. I'm self-medicating with food. No, this is chocolate milk. Chocolate milk. We're talking about chocolate milk. Hold on here. Wawa time. Yoo-hoo. Danish cookies out here. Sarah was paid. It's possible. Maybe the haters hired her. I considered that. I considered that. I thought it was WTF. I still don't know. Who knows? Chocolate milk is the chef's kiss. Absolutely. Look, it's been. Have you guys ever like asked yourself if you're living in the real world? I find myself asking that question a lot. I find myself asking that question a lot. I'm like, am I living in the real world here? Yeah, Melinda, right? I sometimes can't believe this is real. I'm like, all these memories, Melinda, they're in my head. I still see my wife in the kitchen. I see my mom sitting down on the recliner. I have all these memories, and so my mind's going a million miles a minute. And it's like sometimes I say to myself, how could all of this be? How could this be real? How is it that my wife is not here? How is it possible that my mom is not here? It's like, it's crazy. My kids just want to live, They just want to have a good life. What am I supposed to do? I have to be strong for them. I got to be strong for my kids. My kids deserve a happy life. Or we say, is this real life? My wife said that. My wife said that when right before they put her on the ventilator. She said, is this real life? And you know what I said to her? I don't know. I don't know. I still sometimes wonder if it is. Sometimes I think I'm in a nightmare, like the Twilight Zone or some shit, like Tales of the Dark Side. I think I'm gonna go to sleep, and I think like I'm gonna wake up the next day, and the nightmare is gonna be over. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna see my wife. She's gonna be downstairs making breakfast or something. I'm gonna see my mom, and the nightmare's gonna end. But each and every day I wake up and I don't see my wife, and I don't see my mom, and I realize this is the real world. This is not a nightmare. Guys, stop talking crazy about my mom, Joe. Stop talking crazy, please. Oh, these people are crazy, man. Yes, I don't know either. Maybe I wake up and everything will be back to the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, Melinda, it certainly seems that you understand. Uh, you understand. There's not too many people who understand, but you understand. God bless you. How do you how do you deal with it? This is what people don't understand. How do you all expect me to just go back to a normal life? Like, how do you all expect me to keep my house perfect and just pay all my bills and just be this perfect person when I lost everything? I lost everything. I'm trying my best. All right, I'm trying my best, but it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle, and I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good, but it's hard. That's what none of you understand. It's hard. It's hard. It's difficult, but I'm doing the best I can do. Okay. And I'm bound to make mistakes. I'm bound to screw up a little bit, but overall, I think I'm doing pretty good. Got to hit rock bottom to climb back up to the top. That's right. I agree with that. Listen, when my wife was here, I'll tell you the truth, and I know that the haters are going to continue to try to hurt me. Everything I say, I want you to know, everything I say, the haters try to hurt me. My wife and my mom always were the ones who did like the cooking, and took care of the house, and they took care of the kids, and they were involved directly with the schoolwork and the teachers. And I'm admitting to you that I really wasn't that person. Now, does that mean, that I didn't help my wife when she was going through cancer? Of course I did, you lunatics. I was helping her with everything. I was the guy who went shopping. I was the guy who got all the food. I was the guy who took my wife to every doctor's appointment, every treatment, every surgery. And I was helping her with everything. I was assisting her, but she was the person with the experience. And my mother was the one with, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to all of this stuff. Okay. So, because they try to be like, well, you were supposed to be the caretaker. I did care for my mother. Never even got up. I always took care of my mother. I got everything for her. We called my mother the queen. We did everything for her and Jennifer too. But the thing is that they ultimately, I'm not talking about recent. You see, this is another thing people don't understand. I'm talking about my whole life. I'm talking over a course of my whole life. Like I know Jennifer for 3 decades. So you see, you're just talking about like you're trying to talk about like I don't know the last few years. I'm talking about my whole entire life. You understand? I was blessed. I had my grandmother who was a great cook. Jennifer's mother was a great cook. Jennifer's grandmother was a great cook. I never was one to cook. I was never one to do all this stuff. Best Simpson 517. Only you know what you know. You ain't got to explain it. Well, it's more or less I'm venting. I'm not really explaining. But look, Laura was supposed to help us. That was it. Like Laura's trying to act now, and I think it's because she's hurt. I think Laura is hurt because of all these things that were not true. She thinks I said things to her son that was not true. She thinks I made videos about her that are not true. Maybe she was hoping for things to happen. Listen, nobody knows the future. I wasn't ready right now. I can tell you that. I was not ready for a relationship. Nobody knows the future. But what Laura did, she completely destroyed any chance that she destroyed everything. Laura, listen, CPS, again, I'll say it's alleged she called police officers. She's saying horrible things. I wonder if the sister's still here. She's saying things like I left my wife on ice. Who talks like this? Meaning like I left my wife in the morgue for 3 weeks. You want to know what happened? I did not have the heart to cremate my wife. I couldn't do it. But the thing is, that was my wife's final wishes. And I remember what finally convinced me to do it was two things. The first thing was the state actually, I didn't know this. I don't know if you know this. If you leave a body in the morgue for a certain period of time without doing anything, eventually the state steps in and they'll just cremate for you. The thing though is then they don't give you the ashes. I don't know if you know that. Okay, so that was that was one reason I had to make a decision, which was kind of I had to make a decision quickly. The second reason, my friend made me understand. A very good friend of mine. He's like, Rich, this has nothing to do with you. He goes, you're making this about you. This is about your wife. He goes, what was her final wishes? I said, her final wishes was to be cremated. He goes, then that's it. You have to honor her wishes. Stop making this about you. So ultimately, I did it. But Laura's throwing it in my face. Like, she's like, you left your wife on ice for 3 weeks. I mean, who talks that way? Isn't that disgusting? Your wife's in a box. You know who talks that way? Commander 35. I noticed there's only two people who keep reminding me that my wife's ashes, like, meaning her, that's because she was cremated. Commander 35 says that, and Laura. It's just a disgusting way to talk. Funky Sahota doesn't miss anything. That's right, Funky Sahota. The VCF only covered reimbursement of funeral expenses. I had to raise money, but I did it. Okay, so can we drop it? I raised $7,000 in 1 month. I did it. Okay, ended. It's freaking Mama Luke. It's hard to decide what to do with a loved one's body because it's so permanent. You are allowed to take time to think about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you. I love Melinda. Melinda, God bless you. I think you're the most wonderful person in the world. Why can't everybody be like Melinda? Commander 35 is a hater. He's like one of the king haters. Why can't everybody in this world be like you, Melinda? I had an income, Funky Sahota. This guy wants to know everything about my business, of $8,000 a month coming in. I was the caretaker to my wife, my mom. That income is gone now. Okay, we got hit with a lot of surprises. Okay, we got hit with a lot of surprises. I didn't think I had to have money because for a funeral because my wife was part of the VCF program. I assumed for years they cover funeral expenses. I found out at the last minute, which was something I was never told. I was told years and years and years they cover the funeral expenses, and they told me they don't cover it. They told me it was reimbursed. We lost all the income disappeared that we had instantly. Listen, I went through a shockwave. This is what these haters don't understand, man. I went through a shockwave. I went through a shockwave. Look, well, at the end of the day, Mo Money Investing, I will be in a much better financial situation than you. So, and I'm talking now in the next few months of my life, you won't be able to touch me with a 10-foot pole financially. Okay? So listen, you could continue breaking my balls. You could continue saying whatever you want to say, but you will not be able to touch me with a 10-foot pole financially. Okay? So you just know that. Go to sleep tonight and know that you will not be able to even talk to me any about finances. That's all I have to say to that guy. But anyway, I love Melinda. Melinda's beautiful. I don't know, laugh out loud. I am a pretty boring, but I am nice. No, you're beautiful. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. I had to raise money too for my fiance's cremation and service. Her mom had to pay for the rest. It's okay. Look, I love Melinda. Everybody, I want you to know this world would be a wonderful place if everybody was like Melinda. I love this guy too, Dave's house. He's a great man, a great drummer. He's a wonderful person. Praying for you too, man. He's been through a lot in his life too. Dave understands a lot. God bless you, Dave. You say I have bad luck. I wouldn't say I have bad luck. Look, I was married for 20 years. Um, the most happiest years of my life. I have two beautiful children. I don't think that's bad luck. Would you say that that's bad luck that I had 20 years of love and 20 years of happiness? There's an old expression, would you rather have experienced love or never experience love at all? I would rather experience love. But then when that love is lost, when my wife passed away, now you want to call it bad luck? I don't think it's bad luck. You think it's bad luck? I had 20 years. Well, I knew her for almost 30 years. We're married 20 years. But how do you consider that bad luck to have 20 years of happiness? There's people in this world that don't have 20 minutes of happiness. So anyway, this guy Guns and Rots. Look, Guns and Rots, I have to tell you something. I really find your videos that you make to be very entertaining, the truth, and very funny. Even though a lot of them, of course, are exaggerated and completely blown out of proportion. What you do, it was not toilet paper; it was paper towels. But still, it's funny. I got to admit to you, and your Sarah video that you did when I was singing and playing the piano, saying please don't leave, and she says send me more money. I have to admit to you, this is very entertaining, very funny stuff. I do give you credit. I do give you credit, man. It's pretty amusing. Salud, Gendani. Do you have to be lucky to have bad luck? Huh? Maybe that's a good point. I do admit to you, it's funny shit, man. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I laugh my ass off with that stuff, and that's funny shit, man. They say, look, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something right now that it's gonna upset a lot of people. It's going to upset a lot of people. Oh my God, people fight with me all the time. Every time I say this, people fight with me. Are you ready? You're probably going to fight with me too. I believe it is harder to lose a wife than to lose parents. Okay, that's it. Every time I say this, someone fights with me. No, every time I say it, Peppy, every time I say it, I get into a brawl, like someone like not fist fighting, but someone goes crazy. Look, this is why I feel it's harder. This is why I feel it's harder to lose like your spouse, your wife. Your mom and your dad, as wonderful as it is, and how important it is to have your parents, or you need your parents. They lived like, think about this. My mom was like 75, 76. She did a wonderful thing, She raised me. She saw her grandkids grow up. This was her dream. My mother lived, I know you can't agree. I know people fight with me over this. But the way I look at it, she she did everything she wanted to do. I mean, now granted, I wish that she would have lived longer, but she lived a pretty significant life. And, the natural transition of life is that our parents pass away. That's just unfortunately what happens, right? Jennifer was too young. Jennifer was 46. Jennifer had too much more life to live. She had a long life to live where her children need. See, I was blessed to have my mom in my life until I was 48 years old. Sophia only had her mom until she's 11. That's too young. It's too young for her mother to pass away. Michael was only 15. It's too young. I'm just saying to you, Kyle, I think that it's harder. Look, I'm at peace with my mom. You want me to tell you the truth? I'm at peace with her. It's like, don't get me wrong, I cry every second over my mom. But I keep saying to myself in my heart that she saw me grow up. She saw me live to 48, my mom. And she was blessed enough that she saw her grandkids grow up to a pretty respectable age, and that was her dream. Jennifer was too young. I'm sorry, this is just my opinion. It's not that, of course, I'm very upset over my mom. I love my mother. I love my mother with all my heart and all my soul. We're all going to pass away. Don't you understand this? Listen to me. Listen to me. At the end of the day, we're all going to pass away. Listen to me. There's no way out. I'm passing away. You're passing away. So at the end of the day, the only thing we could hope for is somewhat of a fair time on earth. I feel my mom had that. My mom was 76. Again, her mother made it till 96. My grandmother, her mother, made it to 96. Would I have liked to see my mom live another 10 or 20 years? Absolutely. But Jennifer, at 46 years old, I feel like we were robbed. I was robbed. The children were robbed. And this is why I get angry at God. And for all of those reasons, I feel it was harder to lose Jennifer than my mom. Okay, I'm sorry to say that. Look, you want me to tell you the truth? If my mother would have passed away, but God would have found it, in his graces to leave Jennifer with us, I would be living a much, much more happier, normal life than I'm living right now. Jennifer would have gave me the strength to accept that my mom passed away, and Jennifer would give me the strength to be strong and happy and still have a very happy, productive life. Without Jennifer here, a part of me died. 50% of me died. I'm not alive. You think I'm alive right now? Right now, I'm not. A part of me died with Jennifer. Thank you, Joey. What part died? It's like I can't explain it. When you have your soulmate in your life, when you have your partner, you have this zest for life. You understand? You have a zest. You have you want to live. You want to wake up in the morning. You understand? You look forward to the sun coming out. You look forward to just life. It's like you lose that. You really do. Now, does this, again, I know what you're going to say, does this affect my children? No, because my children, I make sure, live a normal life. Look, I know this sounds crazy. You don't necessarily have to be happy for your children to be happy. Like, in other words, they could still be happy. They could still live a normal life. They could go to school. They could, Mike's on the bowling team. He's going to have his bowling game tomorrow. Sophia's going to school. So they could still be happy, even though you're not. It's just you're not happy. It's like a part of you lost all of that you once had, that feeling like I want to wake up, I want to, I just want to make love to my wife, I want to hug her, I want to hold. I can't do that no more. Don't you understand that? Don't you understand? I can't hug her. I can't kiss her. I can't do it. I can't even talk to her. I mean, I do talk to her. I want you to know, you think I'm a psycho? I talk to my wife every night. I talk to my mom too. But it's hard, man. It's hard. Anyway, I'm sorry that I'm venting so much tonight. A lot of people say maybe you could find love again. You want to know what all these girls were to me? You want to know what they were? Distractions, man. I know you don't believe this. I never cared for Sarah. I knew you were crying. I was crying over my wife. No one knows the truth. I was crying over my wife. I was crying over my mom because, see, this is what happens, and I don't wish none of this on any of you. When you go through great suffering in your life, there's only two things you could do. Okay, the first thing, you could face it head on. Most people don't want to do that. Most people do not want to face tremendous pain and tremendous suffering head on. So they find a distraction. So what is a distraction? A distraction is anything to take your mind off the tremendous pain and suffering. Some people, a distraction is alcohol. Some people, a distraction is food. Some people, a distraction is drugs. Okay? I admit to you, my distraction was probably food. I don't drink. I know everyone thinks I'm this big drinker. I don't drink that much, guys. Just I'm an occasional drinker. A glass of wine with my dinner. I'm not a big drinker, guys. It's all just theatrics. But anyway, what Sarah was, and I'm going to admit the truth to you, she was this hot girl. She was a pretty girl. She was like eye candy. And it was just like, it took my mind off things. I don't know. Maybe it made me feel young. I don't know. Maybe it made me feel young. I don't know what it was. But I didn't care about Sarah. What I mean? It was just a distraction. It was a distraction. But the thing is, when Sarah ultimately ended it, that's it. She took my money. She told me, Bafangul. I started crying because all the pain came back. See, in other words, once the distraction goes away, you're forced to face the pain again. So that's what it was. All of these things I'm doing, it was a distraction. A lot of people say I look like Tony Soprano. So Kyle, you understand. That's all it is. Look, Laura knows, talking about Laura, she knows how hurt I am over my wife. She knows that my mom and, my dog, but especially my wife. Laura knows it. Laura knows it. She knows it. She knows it. Believe me, she knows it. God has nothing to do with it. Well, I'm going to read your comment, but I'm going to tell you why I disagree. God has nothing to do with it. That's where people get wrong. Little kids dying at 5 years old, you're mad. But you got her till she was 46 years old. You could be mad, but God has nothing to do with either one. Okay. Let me ask you a question, and it's a simple question. Do you believe that God has something called a divine plan? I'm asking you. Guns and rots. Let's see if he answers the question. Do you believe that God has what's called, well, he does, okay? If you read the Bible, he does. Listen to me. God has the divine plan. What that means, listen to me, is all of this has already been decided. God knows when all of us are going to pass away. He knows. And I also believe, okay, remember the story of Jesus when the guy was blind? I don't know if you remember this story. I was watching The Passion of Christ. There's this one part where, people were questioning Jesus. They were like, why was this man born blind? Like, did he sin or was it his parents? And Jesus was trying to explain it has nothing to do with that it's to bring God's strength more into that person, right? But then what Jesus did was a sign of whatever you want to say of God's graces or what he made the man see. Jesus touched the man, and all of a sudden the man had sight. Okay. So what that proves to me, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in God, that Jesus has the power to heal. Correct? I mean, would you agree to that? Would you agree that Jesus has the power to heal? I'm just a simple question. I mean, right? Doesn't Jesus have the power to heal? Why couldn't he have healed my wife? We all pray to God. Do you know when we pray to God? Let me tell you a little something. We pray to God when we can't fix a problem. My wife couldn't, listen to me. My wife couldn't fix the problem. My wife, the cancer went from her brain, listen to me. It went from her brain to her spinal cord tunnel. My wife was paralyzed. My wife, when the cancer went into her spinal cord tunnel, she could not move her legs. She could not move her back. She was not able to move. She was on a ventilator. She was on a feeding tube, okay? It was physically impossible for my wife to win that battle. No human being would have been able to win that battle. You understand? And guess what we did? Thank you. God bless you. We prayed to God. I prayed to God. I asked God to give her the strength to help her, to heal her. Just help her. Didn't happen. Now you might say, well, it wasn't God's fault, or was it this, or was it that? Well, I disagree. I disagree. I think he could have healed her. Maybe he didn't want to. I don't know. I can't make sense. All I know is that Jesus has the power to heal. He has the power to heal. Okay, but maybe he felt it was her time. I mean, she was only 46 though. How is it her time when she has an 11-year-old daughter? I don't know. I don't know. Look, I don't want to get into this conversation with people because she has a 15-year-old son. This is where everybody gets angry at me, and I don't want to fight with people over God. I certainly don't want to do that, man. And he says it's all fake. I don't know. What's the point of praying? Okay, all right, let's talk about this. What's the point of praying if God's going to do whatever he wants to do? Right? So here's an example. If you're telling me it has nothing to do with God, was there any point of me praying to help my wife? I'm just asking you, was there any point? Was there any point for me to pray to God and say, help my wife right now? Because you're going to say it's nothing to do with God, right? You're going to say, well, he's not going to get involved. But what's the point of praying if he's not going to help her? You know, if he's not going to save her, if he's not going to help her, then what's the point? Anyway, he says, correct, there's no point. But what if I told you, Pepe, that I don't trust in God's plan? Maybe I'm the only human on earth that questions the divine. Maybe I'm the only human on earth that questions God. And maybe, I don't know, maybe God is punishing me. You want me to tell you the truth? I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm being punished because I question him. I don't know. This certainly feels like punishment. Does God punish people? I don't know. I feel like I'm being punished. Maybe, I don't know. You ever hear the book of Job? Remember that? The devil went to God, shaved my hair, my whole head, right? Yeah. Thank you for that. I got to just take it all off, right? I don't think I'm special. I'm not saying I'm special. I don't think I'm special. I just think that I think I'm angry. And maybe I have balls that you don't have. I don't know. A lot of people don't like questioning God. I do. Anyway. This life is fake, Apefather. The cross on your chain is a representation of what Jesus went through. And even through life beat him up, he carried that cross. Leave your hair, it's just fine. Thank you, Janine. I'm sorry to get in such a deep conversation with all of you. I have to be strong for my kids. Everyone questions God's plan, huh? Can I tell you something? Why Jennifer? That's all. You want me to just say it? I would have rather it been me. You know? Why Jennifer? Why her? It shouldn't have been her. She was great, guys. Guys, I'm not great. You want to know something? I make a lot of mistakes. I'm not perfect. I admit it to all you haters out there. Look, I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. Jennifer was great. Jennifer lived every day of her life because she loved her family. That was it. That's why she lived. That's why Jennifer woke up every day. Because she loved the family. She loved the children. She loved me. She loved her family. She was perfect. She was great. She really was. I was blessed, guys. I was blessed. But it's done now. There's nothing I can do anymore. I can't get it back. Unless we can find a way to find a time machine, maybe Elon Musk one day will develop a time machine or something, right? You think it's possible, time travel? You ever think about time travel? I always think about the movie, Superman. You know that part where Lois Lane, when she passed away, and Superman was late, and he got so angry, and he was flying, and then he saw all the visions of everyone from Krypton saying, "It is forbidden. It is forbidden to interfere with human life." Remember that? And he disregarded all the messages. He flew into space, and then he actually, with all of his power, he was able to spin the earth backwards, right? You remember that? And he went back in time and he saved Lois Lane. That's Superman. God took my sister from cancer as well. 32 years old. Oh, so young, man. Left two boys, ages 9 and 10. I am so sorry. A gold life. I am so sorry. That is too young. So young. And she had such young boys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. Ugh. Pepe's like, I'm 29, so I don't know if this was on when I was growing up. God bless. I like to say God bless. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know. God bless anyway. I wish I would have traded places with her also. I feel that way too. If my wife was here right now, the house wouldn't have been dirty. Let me tell you something, man. Jennifer was, besides Jennifer being the greatest mother in the whole world, Jennifer always made sure the house was in perfect shape, guys. Jennifer would have probably took care of the kids much better than me, obviously. Well, one thing I will say that I got over Jennifer is that I always take the kids out to eat. Jennifer would have probably cooked them. Majority of the dinners would be home cooked, whereas with me as their father, they're always going out to eat. Her soul is there right now, believe me. I get signs, official Wolf of Brooklyn X. Every time, you want to hear something that's crazy? Every time I go upstairs to bed, my ears start ringing. And I notice it's when I go upstairs to bed. I notice that for some reason, I know you're going to say it could be a health condition or whatever, but it happens to my children too. And I get a lot of ear ringing at night. We see the dimes a lot. We see dimes all over the place that just show up in crazy places. In the beginning, there was a lot of flickering of the lights. I'm not seeing that too much now, but I do still see it, but not as much as I used to. Yeah, but how do you explain that it only happens when I go upstairs? Like, what is it? The height? What is it? What is it? Because I go up one flight of stairs? It only happens like it's like right now. It's not happening to me. It's like when I lie down. It's almost like she's waiting for me, like like what she used to do in real life, and she would lie down with me and take care of me and love me. And it happens only when I go upstairs. It happens every night. It happens every night. I don't know. Copper. I don't know if I spell copper. I don't know. I have dreams all the time. Every night I dream of her. Every single night. Let me tell you something about I should get a spirit box here. My daughter has a gift, I believe. My daughter, I don't know. I really think that she has a gift where she's able to sense the spirits. And she tells me, I don't want to say anything without speaking to her first, but she has more of a connection than I do with it. She really does. Thank you, Official Wolf of Brooklyn. I love all of you. God bless you. There's things that I've experienced in which I can't explain, and I know in my heart that it's her. Yes. Listen, let me just put it to this way, Official Wolf of Brooklyn. Jennifer, her whole life was about her children and me, but I would say the children, obviously first. I mean, but of course, she loves me, of course, but there is no way I don't think she could be at peace. It's impossible, right? How could it be? How Jennifer, her whole life, everything, Jennifer, the air that she was breathing was her children and me. And I don't know, how is it possible like that she could just now pass on and just be at peace like that? I don't know. But they say that when you I was reading the Bible, a little things here and there. They were saying that something happens like that. You don't have pain anymore, like your spirit when you pass away. I don't know. I think they're able to. I don't know if they still feel the same emotions that we feel as human beings, spirits. I don't know. I was reading this thing in the Bible. It's a weird thing. They were saying that if when I pass away, my spirit, say I go to heaven, right, and Jennifer's there. They said that she doesn't recognize me. This is what the Bible says. I don't know if it's true, but she doesn't recognize me as her husband. But that there's some kind of a sense of knowing that I'm something very special to her. Like there's a sense. It's same thing with her children. So I don't know if spirits have the same. See, we're thinking as human beings, you know. Thank you, Official Wolf of Brooklyn. Yeah, I come from Brooklyn. Yes, I grew up in the Coney Island side, Gravesend and Bensonhurst. I didn't cry for Sarah. I already covered this. The problem, Zanny, is that when you go in Burger King, and I'm going to explain this to you, and I know you're not going to accept the answer, they play very loud music. Okay? When there's a copyright issue, okay, YouTube blocks the video. It's just unfortunately, look, the only way I think I can eat that whole thing is I have to take it home. I can't do it at Burger King. I have to take it home where there's no music. This is what the truth is. I know you don't want to accept it, but like it shuts it down, man. It's like you can't do it. I got to bring it home. That's the only answer. They're playing Christmas music, holiday music. I don't care if I grossed out Laura. Who cares? I got to bring it home. The next time I bring it home. But when you're at Burger King, the music makes it a copyright issue. I love this guy, Official Wolf of Brooklyn. I love this guy. He goes, no, you will definitely see her. You have a bond with her that could never be broken. She is with you. Keep your house clean. Play music. Try to stay strong. Yeah. You know, I'm not perfect, man. I'm not perfect. I'm trying my best. I got to get better. I will. I will in time. I'll get better. I know everybody's hard on me, but I'll get better. I'll get better in time with everything. Think it'd be a viral live stream? Maybe you're right. We'll try it. Cherish your family, guys. Just cherish, cherish everything that you have in your life. Cherish, your wife or your husband, or cherish your mom, cherish your dad, cherish your brothers, your sisters, your children, your dogs, because life is very short. People have been saying this to me my whole life. People have been saying to me, life is short. I never took it seriously. I never listened to them. I could tell you they were right. Things happen very quickly, man. 1 minute your life is normal, and then the next minute your life is it's like anarchy, man. Look, I already covered the whole Laura situation. You got to watch her from the beginning, man. My dad passed away when I was 11 in early October. My daughter was born in October, close to his passing day. Beautiful. That's a sign. That's a beautiful sign from your father. God bless your father. I'm sorry for your loss, but your beautiful daughter was born. You're funny, yes, sir. Have fun. The problem is that Laura went too far, Peppy. Laura went really, really too far. That's the problem. She went really, really too far. Like police being called, CPS being called. Again, I'll say it's alleged. I'll say it's alleged that she called, but she went too far, man. Look, when you prove to me that you have an intention of trying to break up my family or hurt me or hurt my children, nah, no. It's a little too difficult. And plus saying the things she said about my wife, how I kept my wife on ice, how she's in a box. I mean, Laura went too far. She went too far. That's the other thing, man. She should have just look. She could have kept it. Look, I've met people like Laura before. I've met a lot of people like Laura. They can't just fight like a fair fight. They can't fight a fair fight. They gotta do everything in their power to win, if they know it's wrong. Even if they know it's wrong, I know the types. I know the types. They have to win, and it doesn't matter what they got to do. You start calling CPS, you're calling police. That's too much. Come on now. Then she'll say, "I didn't call the CPS." She'll say, "I didn't call CPS." Yeah, well, anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore. We'll say it's alleged. And I see my dad come out and my daughter to let me know, and also let me know he is protecting his granddaughter, even though he never sees her. Well, maybe he does see her. Can I tell you something? The Inkman 78, we don't really understand the way the spiritual realm works. We don't know. We don't know how it works. Some people believe that this, like, I'm going to tell you a story, okay? I'm going to tell you, I was, there's this guy who was a truck driver, okay? I was watching this, it was a video on YouTube. The guy is a truck driver. He got into a major car accident. Listen to this, right? It was life threatening. Like, I mean, it was really, really serious. And he were flying out of the windshield, and it was a major, major accident, like where the truck like flipped over. It was like something really bad. And so when the paramedics got there, he was basically dying. And as he was dying, his soul came out of his body, and he was entering now whatever. Some people feel they see a tunnel. You enter the tunnel, you see a bright light, passing over. But the thing is that he was looking down. His spirit was looking down, and there were two angels, right, that were sitting next to his body. Now, let me be clear to you. He was able to see his body. His spirit was able to see like what was happening on earth. He was able to see his body, but he was also able to see the two angels. Now, the two angels were part of the spiritual realm. So his spirit eyes were able to see the angels, but also his spirit eyes were able to see what was happening on earth. Now, what happens when the paramedics got his heart to start again, his spirit rushed back into his body. And he said to the paramedics, he no longer saw the angels. He couldn't see them anymore. He says, "Where's the two angels? Where did they go?" And the paramedic's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, he goes, "There were literally two angels right next to me. Where are they?" So in other words, his earthly eyes, his human eyes, could not see the angels. You know why? Because they were part of the spiritual realm. So the point I'm saying to you is that maybe spirits are able to see us. So if that's true, then your father does see his grandchild. Yeah, these haters are all nuts. Don't listen. You want to know what these haters don't understand is that life is short, man. Life is very short, and you shouldn't spend your whole life hating. You spend your whole life hating, man. Life is very short. But there's nothing you can say to these people, man. They're gonna hate the rest of their lives. That's just the way it is for them. You can't really help these people. The Inkman 78, a guy I worked with said he was looking at him on the table and the light tunnel, and it was starting to walk through the tunnel, and the light tunnel disappeared, and he was back on the table. Yes, because what I believe it is, now again, I don't know this for certain. None of us know this for certain. I believe that there is a spiritual realm. This is what I'm saying to you. There is a spiritual realm, and we're on Earth. So we're human beings. We're on Earth. This is two separate, like, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Or if you want to call it dimensions, realms, I don't know what you want to call it, okay? But we can't see. Apparently, this is how it works, okay? We cannot see anything in the spiritual realm. We can't see it. Human beings cannot see spirits. But the question becomes, can spirits see us? Can spirits in the spiritual realm see us? I mean, obviously, there's no way we can answer that question with certainty, correct? But a lot of people feel the answer is yes. A lot of people feel that spirits could see us. See, I don't know if we have a choice, though. Look, I asked myself that question, the Ink Man. I mean, my wife said something to me. I'll tell you this. The day before my wife passed away, she couldn't speak because she was on the ventilator. A friend of mine asked me to ask her if she's seeing her mother. A very good friend of mine who has lost a lot of very, very close people in his life. He says that he saw this pattern. He said, the pattern that I see is when someone I gotta charge my phone. The battery died. Listen, I'll be back in a little while. I might do another live here, but I'm gonna charge up my phone. It's ready to go right now. But listen, wonderful live. We had a really great conversation here. Thank you so much for everybody who's coming in the Inkman 78, Starman. Watch The Twilight Zone, The Hunt. I gotta watch that. Great episodes about spirits. I want to watch that tonight, Starman. Melinda. We had a lot of official Wolf of Brooklyn X. He's the greatest. We had a lot of Peppy, a lot of great people in the live tonight. I'm going to charge up my phone. But God bless all of you. Have a great night. We'll be back, Zanny. We'll talk some more. You should be happy I didn't play the piano. This whole live stream was just about me talking, but V for victory. God bless.